Modified his conduct. Sometimes he consoled himself with the thought that he was not doing her any actual harm, and the other times he would argue that he could not put this one delightful tenderness out of his life. Did he not wish honestly to do her so much good? He talked of the sturdies occasionally and decided that he could not stop. He said Pepper would reach such a resolution might bring him as hard towards the inevitable pain of abjuration. He had not so very many more years to live. Wide-eyed, unsatisfied, one evening he put his arm around her and strained her to his breast. Another time he drew her to his knee and told her of his life at Washington. Always know he had a curse and kiss for her, but it was still intentionally and uncertain way. He did not want to reach for her soul too deeply. Jenny enjoyed it all innocently. Elements of fancy and novelty entered into her life. She was an unsophisticated creature, emotional, totally inexperienced in the intimate of the affections, and yet mature enough mentally to enjoy the attention of the great man who had thus bowed from his high position to make friends with her. One evening she pushed his hair back. Now from his back she stood by his chair and finding nothing else to do, took out his watch. The great man shuddered as he looked at her pretty innocence. Would you like to have a watch too? He asked. Yes, indeed I would, said Jenny. The deep breath. Next is stopped as he was fastening jewelry straight and the boat one. It was cold and had pretty remontant hands. Jenny, he said when she came back. She came to next time. I want to show you something. See what time is by my watch. By my watch. Jenny drew out the watch from his waistcoat pocket and started in surprise. This isn't your watch, she exclaimed with her face full of innocent wonder. No, he said, delighted with his deception. It's yours. Mine, exclaimed Jenny. Mine, oh, isn't lovely. Do you think so? He said. Her delight touched pleased him immensely. Her face shone light and then tears fairly dense. That's yours, he said. See, that's wear it now and don't lose it. You are good, she exclaimed. No, he said, but her held in her arms. Leaned by the waist to make up his mind. What is your should do? Slowly he drew her toward him until, when very close, she put her arms about his neck and laid her cheek gratitude against his own. And this was the consciousness of pleasure of him. She felt as it had been longing to feel for years. The progress of his ideals suffered a check when the great senatorial plight came on into the gesture. Attacked by a combination of Brander was given to fight for his life to amazement, and he discovered that great radio corporation, which had always been friendly, was secretly showing its strength behalf of an already true capable candidate. Shocked by this defection, he was shown admirably into deep gloom and into paroxysm of wrath. These links of fortune, however lightly he printed to receive them, I never failed to liquidate him. It had been long since he had suffered a defeat too long. During this period, Jeannie received her list in a virtuous man. For 2 weeks she didn't even see him, and one evening after an extremely fruitless conference with his leader, he met her with the most chilling deformity when she knocked his door, only troubled to open in foot, exclaiming almost harshly, I can't bother about the clothes tonight, come tomorrow. Jenny retreated shocked and surprised by this reception. She didn't